Hello everyone, how are you? I hope all of you are doing really good. So welcome to another session of strategic management, and let's quickly continue with our discussion. So in the last lecture, we were discussing about the various strategies that were given by Michael Porter, the generic strategies which can help you achieve the competitive advantage. That is by applying any of that strategy, you can plan to stay ahead in the competition, right? These strategies, see, these strategies are not a sure shot success mantra. These are the strategies that you have to apply, you have to check whether these will work or not. So the first strategy that we have done in the last lecture is the cost leadership strategy, where you are manufacturing the goods at a low cost and accordingly you are able to sell the goods at a low price, right? Then there are various elements to be seen in that. What are the advantages, disadvantages, everything we have discussed about. Now the next one is the differentiation strategy. Right, the second kind of a strategy is the differentiation strategy. If we have to make a crux out of the differentiation strategy, the crux is that you with what is the strategy talks about. This strategy says that you can stay ahead in the competition if you provide a different product, a unique product to the customer. It should be unique not from your perspective, it should be unique from the perspective of the buying customer. Right, he should see something unique in your product than your competitor. Only then he will come to you, right? And for that uniqueness, you can charge a higher price, right? The brands have been doing it. Now, when you talk about unique, the uniqueness is not only about the product. The uniqueness is in terms of the product design. It can be the product quality. It can be the brand also. Why brand? Because as customers we associate ourselves with the brand. So if the brand name is unique, we somehow get attracted to that, isn't it? So that is how we can the companies try to differentiate themselves from the rivals, and if that differentiation is valuable for the customer, only then the customer will come to you. So differentiation is no the success mantra that it is going to surely give you success. No, we cannot say that, but yes, it can attract customers, and if the customers are happy with the way you are providing a unique product, they will come back to you. Then that will be the competitive advantage, right? So that is the crux of the differentiation strategy. This strategy is aimed at the broad mass market. So it is again aimed at the broader level. That means it is aimed at the larger audience. If you are going to serve the larger audience, only then this differentiation will give you the competitive advantage, and involves creation of a product or a service that is perceived by customer as unique. So that is what I told you. The uniqueness is from along with your perspective. That uniqueness should be valuable from the perspective of the customer for whom you are making the product, right? If the customer doesn't consider it a unique, or if the customer doesn't consider it the valuable, then there is no fun of having the differentiation, right? The uniqueness can be associated. The uniqueness can be associated with what? It can be associated with the product design, brand image, features, technology, dealer network, or the customer service, right? So if you are providing a unique kind of a service which your competitor is not providing, the example he has taken is the Domino's pizza, right? When the Domino's pizza came up with this thing, that 30-minute delivery or absolutely free of cost, nobody was doing that, right? So that was a unique feature that was added by the Domino's, and people were happy with it. The people says it's a good thing, because if we are going to get the pizza within 30 minutes, that means we are going to get it hot, right? Otherwise, if you are going to get the pizza in 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes, that means you will be getting a cold pizza. Because of differentiation, the business can charge. Because of differentiation, the business can charge a premium for its product. For example, the Domino's pizza, that means you can charge a higher price for your product because of the differentiation. Differentiation does not guarantee competitive advantage, especially if the standard products sufficiently meet the customer needs. He says if there are the standardized products which are available and customer are happy with it, right? They do not need any unique features. So in that case, the differentiation will not work, because the customers are already satisfied. The customer needs are already getting fulfilled. So why will the customer, want something different? The customer doesn't want it. Why will the customer pay extra for that if the customer needs are already being satisfied by the very basic concept? or if the rapid imitation by the competitor is possible, then the competitive advantage anyhow will not be there, right? Durable products protected by the barriers to quick imitation are better, right? So if your uniqueness is durable, right, if your uniqueness is in such a way that your competitor will not be able to copy it, then your product can do very well. Then you can have the differentiation advantage for a long period of time, right? Successful differentiation can mean the greater product flexibility, greater compatibility, right, lower cost, improved service, less maintenance, greater convenience, or more features. So all these things are a part of the differentiation, that how you can provide differentiation, right? Product flexibility. Product flexibility is one product can be used for multiple purpose, right? A customer says that's a good thing. One product can be used for cleaning the home. The same product can be used for cleaning the cars. The same product can be used for other purposes also. So customer says one product, multiple purposes. That's a very good thing. Greater compatibility means compatibility with the needs of the customer. Lower cost, the cost, if you are able to make a differentiation product along with lowering the cost, then that's fine. Improved service, you are providing a good service. Maintenance is low, convenience is more, the features are more, and the differentiation works very well. If you want a classic example, the classic example is the automobile industry. Here the differentiation plays a very big role. If you go to one car showroom, they will tell you this are the features, right? Then you will go to another car showroom, they will give you 10 additional features. Sir, this is the additional feature which nobody else is providing. Sir, our car is having the ADAS, our car is having the ventilated seats, it is having 10 airbags. So this is what the extra, the uniqueness, the differentiation that they are trying to create in the minds of customers, that this is how our product is different from the competitor product and you must go for our product, right? Product development is a part of example of this differentiation strategy, that you need to keep on developing the new product, right? Okay, let's move on. The differentiation strategy should be pursued only after a careful study of the buyer needs and preferences to determine the feasibility of incorporating one or more differentiating features into a unique product. That first you should analyze whether the customer actually require that unique feature. You are going to add that unique feature, but the buyer says, I don't need it. There is no fun of having that unique feature. Just let it go, right? Then there will not be a competitive advantage. So you must first do the customer analysis, only then you must go for the differentiation strategy. A successful differentiation strategy allows a firm to charge a higher price for its product and gain the customer loyalty, because the consumers may become strongly attached to the differentiated features, right? So for the differentiation, for example, Apple has been doing it wonderfully well. They have been charging the higher price, but yes, they have been following the differentiation strategy. The strength, the operating system, all these the overall things that they are providing, they are much better than the other phones, right? This is where they are playing a differentiation game, and they are charging a higher price. The customers become loyal to the brand and they are ready to pay for the price. The special features that differentiate one's product can include the superior service, spare parts availability, engineering design, product performance, useful life, gas mileage, or ease of use. So on this basis, the customers will try to differentiate between one business and another business, right? One car brand is giving them 3 free services, another one is providing them with the 10 free services. So that is something unique for the customer, and the customer is happy to go for that. A risk associated. Now, what is the risk? There is always a risk, some associated with it. With pursuing a differentiation strategy is that the unique product may not be valued high enough by the customer to justify the high price. You have provided the uniqueness. Now for that uniqueness, you are trying to charge a higher price. But the customer says this uniqueness is not worth the price that you are charging. So the customer will not buy it. He says, I am okay if I am not getting the uniqueness, because what the price is charging, you are just providing one airbag extra and you are charging 5 lakh rupees. Doesn't make sense, right? So when this happens, a cost leadership strategy will easily defeat a differentiation strategy. In that case, if the customer does not value the uniqueness, right? If it is not going to add a certain kind of value to the customer requirement, then customer will go for a low cost project. Here the differentiation will not work, right? Another risk of pursuing the differentiation strategy is that the competitors may develop the ways to copy the differentiating features quickly, right? You have 5 airbags, after a month, let's say the Tata is providing 6 airbags. After a few months, after 1 or 2 months, Mahindra will also come up with 6 airbags. They will provide 7 airbags. So it's easy to copy the things, right? The firm must find the durable sources of uniqueness. So if your uniqueness is such which cannot be copied by the competitor, then you can stay ahead. Then you can have a competitive advantage for a long period of time. Then you can sustain your competitive advantage that cannot be imitated quickly or cheaply by the rival firms. For example, Amazon Prime offers the delivery within 2 hours. Right, this is quite difficult to imitate by the rivals because you need the systems, you need everything, right? The infrastructure is so huge by the Amazon. They can deliver, but Flipkart, Myntra, they can't copy this thing. So this is their uniqueness now. This is the uniqueness of Amazon. Blinkit, they are providing the things in 10 minutes, right? The basic things that will reach you in 10 minutes. And yes, they do provide. Yes, I have tried on myself. They were saying that this particular thing I ordered and they say they will reach you in 10 minutes. The thing reached in exactly the 7 minutes. So this is something that everybody can't do. Now Blinkit is what? The Zomato has a huge network. They have built a network in such a way that which is not being served. Now that is why the people are placing the orders on the Blinkit, right? They are finding the Blinkit quite easy to use. This is how you can have a competitive advantage. So Blinkit is having a competitive advantage here. Even Big Basket and all those are providing, but why Blinkit is working more? That is the reason, right? Because that is the unique thing that Blinkit has come out with, that we will provide within 10 minutes. The Big Basket is there, and I think the Swiggy store also some that kind of a thing is there, but their services are not that good, right? So this is what is the differentiation strategy. The differentiating factor helps to lead the market, right? So if it is difficult for the competitors to copy your differentiating product, then you can have a competitive advantage. Now, what are the bases of differentiation? There are 3 bases for the differentiation. One is you differentiate on the basis of the product, right? The product, the innovative products that meet the customer needs can be an area where a company have an advantage over the competitor. So you do some R&D, you come out with some innovation that was the need of the hour, right? That the customer was already looking at, that something of that kind should be there, and you do the innovation and come up with the product, right? However, the pursuit of a new product offering can be costly. Yes, if you want to do the innovation, you will have to incur the cost on R&D. You will have to incur the marketing cost also to launch the new product. So it is going to be a costly affair. It is not going to be that easy. Research and development cost will be there. Production cost will be there. Marketing cost will be there. The payoff, however, can be great as the customers flock to be among the first to have the new product. But at the same time, he says if the cost is going to be high, the returns will also be high, because if that uniqueness, the customers can jump onto the product that we need that product anyhow, right? For example, the Apple iPhone has invested huge amounts of money in R&D, and the customers value that. With every model that they are coming up with the iPhone, you see the people are absolutely mad for buying the first few models, because they are coming up with something new with every product. They are investing the huge money in R&D. They are investing huge money in marketing, and people are happy to pay for that, right? They want to be among the first ones to try the new offerings from the company. Second thing is pricing. Second feature on the basis of which you can differentiate is the pricing. It fluctuates based on the supply and demand, and may also be influenced by the customer's ideal value for the product. See, whenever we want to buy a product now, depending upon our requirements, we already have an image in our mind. Okay, this product, this should be the approximate price of the product, right? The ideal image in our mind that, okay, if I want to buy an iPhone, so approximate price I know will be around 1 to 1.5 lakhs, right? Companies that differentiate based on the product price can either determine to offer the lowest price, or can attempt to establish the superiority through the higher prices. So pricing doesn't, here we are not going for only the lower prices. Company, if they want to differentiate themselves from the competitor on the basis of the prices, Either they will lower your prices, that is equivalent to a low cost strategy, right? They will lower their prices, basically. They will not lower their cost, they will lower their prices, right? How it is equivalent to low cost? Because there also you are charging a lower price, but there you are lowering your manufacturing cost. Here you are not lowering your cost, you are only lowering your prices in comparison to the competitor. You are differentiating the prices, or you will charge a higher price than your competitor, but at the same time you will say we are providing some superior advantages over the competitor, right? That is why we are charging a higher price. For example, the Apple iPhone dominates the smartphone segment by charging the higher prices for its product because the products are more durable, right? The Apple products are more durable than the Android products. Next is organization. Now, organization is basically you are differentiating on the basis of the brand that you have built, right? You are keeping a brand name, a very fancy brand name, and you are trying to differentiate it on the basis of the features of the brand. Organization. Organizational difference is yet another form of differentiation, maximizing the power of brand or using the specific advantages that an organization possesses can be instrumental to the company's success. For example, the brand says we have the service center in every village, in every city. Now this is what they are differentiating from the competitor. The competitor says, okay, if you have a faulty phone, you have to send it to Delhi because we have a service center there only. Another brand says we are opening a service center in every city, in every village of the country. So it is convenient for the people. It becomes convenience. It adds to the convenience of the people. It is a differentiating factor that the brand is providing. So people will be happy and people will go to that brand. Right now, this is organization. You are telling some special features of that organization, or you are building on the basis of the brand name. The Apple has been building on the basis of the brand name, right? They have been differentiating on the basis of what? They have been differentiating on the basis of the brand. The Apple logo at the back of the iPhone itself is a brand, right? It tells the brand, and the people are happy to show that brand, right? Location advantage can be there, name recognition, customer loyalty can all provide additional ways for a company to differentiate itself from the competition, right? So what Apple has been doing is building the customer loyalty since years and has a fan base of the consumers that are called the Apple fanboys or the fangirls, right? So they can build a community, right? They can make a community of the people that make the people feel associated with the brand. So that is how they can provide the differentiation for the than the competitor, and they can stay ahead in the competition. Clear? So three things are there. One, you are providing a different product. Another, you are differentiating on the basis of prices. Then you are differentiating on the basis of the brand image, right? Or the specific features of the organization, that what special that organization is providing to you. Make the people connect to the organization, and then the people will definitely come to that organization, right? So that is how it works. Achieving the differentiation strategy. How can you achieve the differentiation strategy? Very simple, right? Offer the utility to the customers and match the product with their taste and preferences. That is why we say that if you want to go for the differentiation, first try to understand the requirement of the customer, only then go for differentiation. Elevate or improve the performance of the product, offer the high quality product for the buyer satisfaction. Rapid product innovation, keep on innovating the product. The Apple comes out with something new in every model, right? That is what is the rapid product innovation. Taking steps to enhance the brand image and the brand value, because this brand image and brand value works wonderful in the minds of customers, right? So this is really important to build on the brand image. Fixing the product prices based on the unique features of the product and buying capacity of the customer. So when you are fixing the prices of that special product, you need to consider two things. One, what is the unique feature of the product, right? How high you can charge for that uniqueness, and what is the buying capacity, whether your customer has the buying capacity to pay for that uniqueness or not. You will add it, but the customer that you are targeting doesn't have the capacity to pay for that, then there is no fun of that differentiation, right? Advantages, just read the advantages once. I'm leaving it to you people because that is very simple. Rivalry will be there. Rivalry in the sense that the brand loyalty act as a safeguard against the competitors. So if you are able to build the brand loyalty, if you are able to differentiate, if it is a durable product, right, then the competitors will not be able to imitate it. The buyers are ready to pay for the differentiated product. The suppliers, sir, you are charging such a premium price for your product that even if the suppliers increase the price of the raw material, it will not impact you that much, because already you are charging a very high price, right? But if the price of raw material goes beyond a certain level, then it will be a problem for you, right? Entrants, because you are already making a specialized product, you are the king in that what we call differentiation. New entries will not be possible, right? Substitutes will not be easily available. Sir. For the differentiated product especially, the substitutes will not be easily available, right? That is for sure. Okay, so the advantages are this. Disadvantages: in the long run, the uniqueness is difficult to sustain. Charging too high a price for differentiated features may cause the customer to switch off to alternative. If you charge a very high price, the customer might not pay for it, right? As we see a shift of iPhone users to other iPhone, now if the iPhone keeps on increasing the price from 1,50,000, 2 lakh, ultimately at one point of time the customer says, now this is beyond my budget, now I need to shift it to some other phone, right? Maybe MI, maybe Samsung, maybe some other phone, right? Differentiation fails to work if its basis is something that is not valued by the customer, right? That is why at the very beginning I told you the differentiation will work only if that uniqueness is valued by customer. It is not important whether you value the uniqueness or not. It should be valued by the customer. If it is not valued by the customer, then this differentiation strategy is not going to work for you. That is for sure. Clear? So this is all about the differentiation strategy, the second set of the strategies. Now let's move on to the last set, that is the focused strategies, right? The last set that we have is the focus strategies. Now, what is a focus strategy? Focus strategy says that we need to focus on a segment, right, which has a growth potential. It's a small segment as compared to the whole country. You might be serving a particular region, a particular demographics, a particular age group you might be targeting, which the other companies are not trying to target. Why? Because other companies feel that there is no scope, but if you are feeling the scope, you can provide to that, then you have a competitor advantage, right? You can stay ahead of the other companies then. A successful focus strategy depends on an industry segment that is of sufficient size. It is not too small, it is not too large, right? What do you mean by the sufficient size here? What do you mean by the sufficient size here? The sufficient size here means not too large, not too large, not too small, right? A sufficient size, has a good growth potential, and is not crucial to the success of other major competitors. The word here is not crucial to the success. Other competitors do not consider that segment really important for their success. They say, okay, this is a part of the other segments, but they do not visualize it. They do not see it as a separate segment which can give them a competitive advantage, right? The strategies such as market penetration, right, and the market development. Market development means new product for the new customers. Penetration means new product for the existing customers. If you are bringing a new product, then there are high chances, especially when you are a small firm, right? When you are not a very big firm, mid-size firm, small firm, then you will try to target a particular customer segment. You will try to serve them first, see the responses, and accordingly we will see if something else is required or not, right? So he says mid-size and large firms can effectively pursue the focus-based strategies only in conjunction with the differentiation or cost leadership. Now, when you talk about the large firms, now they will be going for differentiation or cost leadership. Along with that, if they want to focus on a particular segment, they can, right? But it is not necessary that they will. they will have to go for differentiation or cost based strategies, but for the focus based they can or they maybe not, right? All the firms in a sense follow a differentiated strategy. Only one firm can differentiate itself with the lowest cost. The remaining firms in the industry will find. He says every firm is trying to go for the differentiation. Differentiation maybe in terms of pricing. One firm goes for the change in the pricing. The other firms will try to differentiate in other firms, right? So everyone is trying to be different than the other. That is what it means to say. Now, focus strategies are most effective when the consumers have the distinctive preferences or the requirements, right? Here means the customers have a unique kind of a preference, right? For example, the customer says, I want the gluten-free snacks. Now, what is the size of this market? It's not a very huge size, right? Who actually need absolutely gluten-free snacks. So this is a distinctive preference. This is a unique preference or the requirement of the customer. Now, other companies are not happy to play in that. The normal companies, the Lays and all those, if you ask them, they are not happy to play the game in this particular segment. They say the segment is very small, so we do not want to play. But there comes a player, there comes a firm which is not too huge, but which sees the growth potential, looking at that how the people have been getting aware about the the gluten insensitivity, about the harmful effects of gluten. So that company sees the opportunity here. Let's jump into it. Let's serve this particular segment which is having the unique requirement. When the rival firms are not attempting to specialize in the same target segment. The Lays doesn't want to jump into that. He says our products are getting sold, so we are happy with that. We do not want to serve this gluten market. No, we do not want to do that, right? The risk of pursuing, what is the risk associated? Yes, the risk will always be there. Some kind of focus strategy include the possibility of the numerous competitors recognizing the successful focus strategy and imitating it. Sir, with time, the Lays also recognized that this gluten market is getting bigger. So the Lays might also jump into this particular market, and with the kind of resources the Lays have, they can actually capture the market, right? The consumer, or this is one kind of a risk, that the competitors start imitating it. Second is the consumer preferences may drift towards the product attributes desired by the market as a whole. So the consumer preferences do not remain the unique as such. They just go with the market, what the market is requiring. They do not need the gluten snacks now. They say everyone is eating Lays, right? And everyone is living now. So why don't we have the Lays also? Why we need that gluten snacks? No, we will also eat that and enjoy. An organization using a focus strategy may concentrate on a particular group of customers, right? May concentrate on a particular group of customers, geographic markets, or on the particular product line segments. Like I told you, the gluten-free snacks, this is a product line segment. So you can focus on that particular segment, or you can focus on the particular customers, right? That we are going to serve only the people with 90 plus, right? We are going to provide them with some things so that it's the life becomes a little bit easier. So this is how the market size is not too small, not too big, but other competitors do not see the growth potential, and other competitors do not want to jump into that. In order to serve a well-defined but narrow market, that is what he's saying. It is a well-defined but narrow market, better than competitors who serve a broader market, right? For example, Ferrari sports car. Now, how many of you are going to buy the sports car? The Ferrari sports car. Sir, very limited segment, but they are happy to do it. The Ferrari is happy serving that customer because they know that that is the premium customer. They look for the unique features. They are looking for that kind of a cars, right? Where the speed is there, the design is there, and all those things. So they are providing better than the competitors. The other competitors, Tata, everything is serving a broader market by providing the normal cars. The Ferrari might be earning better than them, right? Because they are serving to the unique requirements of a small segment, which is well defined but very narrow market, but they may charge high for that, right? Now, when you talk about the focus strategy, this focus strategy can be a focused cost strategy, cost leadership, or the focused differentiation. That within that particular focused segment only, you can go for the low cost strategy, right? You can aim for the low cost strategy. focused cost leadership. A focused cost leadership strategy requires competing based on the price to target a narrow market, right? For example, if you look for the super luxury cars, right? This is the market. Let's say this is the market for super luxury cars. Now what will happen? There are few brands who are going to serve it, right? Super luxury cars. For example, there are two brands. One is Audi and another brand is BMW. Now this is what they are focusing on. What they are focusing only and only on the high income group, right? That we will target high income who are ready to pay in crores or in the huge lakhs. They are ready to pay for Audi and BMW. Now what will happen between Audi and BMW? They can compete with each other within this particular market. They can compete with each other on the basis of low cost, low price, or they can compete on the basis of differentiation also. They are focused. They are following the focused strategy because they are focused on a very small segment of the people who are earning very good. But within that segment also they can compete with each other on the basis of low cost, low price, or providing the different feature. The Audi says we are providing this. BMW says no, we are providing some different features. We are providing more services. Our service centers are available. Our spare parts are easily available. The Audi spare parts are not available. So that is how they can fight with the competitor. The firm that follows this strategy does not necessarily charge the lowest prices in the industry. In the whole industry, if you look at, they are the part of automobile industry. They are not charging the lowest prices in the automobile industry, but within that focused segment, we are not talking about the whole automobile industry that they are going to charge the lowest prices. Can Audi be sold at less than what a Maruti car is selling? No, they are charging the premium prices, but within that focused segment competition, right? Instead, it charges the low prices relative to the other firms that compete within the target market. Clear? The firms that compete based on the price and target a narrow market follow a focused cost leadership strategy. Another one is the focused differentiation. A focused differentiation strategy requires offering the unique features that fulfill the demands of the narrow market. That how you are going to attract. The Audi tries to attract with some things, the BMW tries to attract the customers that with another features, right? Both are focusing on a specific segment only. Within that segment, they try to provide the differentiation for their products. Right? Similar to focused low cost strategy, the narrow markets are defined in the different ways in different settings. Some firms using a focused differentiation strategy concentrate on their efforts on a particular sales channel, such as selling over internet only. The others target the particular demographic groups. The firms that compete based on the uniqueness and target a narrow market are following a focused differentiation strategy. So highlight this part. Right? Focused differentiation strategy. For example, the Rolls-Royce sells the limited number of high-end custom built cars. That is what they have differentiated from the others, that we will make a car as per the specification, as we will provide you with a custom built car. That is how they are staying ahead in the competition. Right? Now, how to achieve a focused strategy? There are a few things. Select the specific niche which are not covered by the other people, which are not covered by the cost leaders or the differentiators, right? Specific niche is you can target the particular segment, a particular group, a particular demographics which is not being served by the other people, right? Creating the superior skills for catering such niche market, right? Develop the skills, how you can cater to the best of your ability to fulfill the requirements of that specific niche. Generating high efficiencies for serving such niche market. Definitely you need higher efficiency. If you talk about Audi, BMW, they are working really efficiently, only then their cars are being loved by that narrow market only, right? Developing the innovative ways in managing the value chain. That means innovative ways in such a way that the products keep on serving the customers for a long period of time, right? The value addition is there for a longer period of time in the lives of people. Advantages: the premium prices can be charged by the organization due to the tremendous expertise in the goods and service that the organization following the focus strategy, the rivals and new entrants may find it difficult to compete, right? Because they have the expertise. Everyone can't make a car or make a technology equivalent to Audi and BMW, right? Otherwise today they would have been out of the market. They are there because of something unique that they are providing, which is not being easily copied by the other brands. What are the disadvantages? The firms lacking in distinctive competencies. That means the distinctive competency means the competency which is different from their competitor. Something unique that they are having. If they do not possess that unique strength, right, then the following the focus strategy might be difficult. Due to the limited demand of the product or service, the costs are high, which can cause problems. In the long run, the niche could disappear, right, or be taken over by the larger competitors by acquiring the same distinctive competencies, right? If you are targeting a specific group, today you might be the only one, but tomorrow the competitors can come, right? So in the long run, serving only one niche will be difficult, right? If you are serving just the high-end group, it will be difficult. You will have to come out with the cars for the medium group also, right? So this is what about the focused cost strategy. So we are done with all the three strategies. Now comes another strategy that is known as best cost provider strategy. What is this strategy? He says this is a new kind of a strategy that is there in the market. Best cost, right? Best cost provider strategy. That means you are providing a product which is being manufactured at a low cost, right, but with best quality. Combine these two things, the combination of the low cost and the differentiation. The new model of the best cost provider strategy is a further development of the above three generic strategies. It is directed towards giving customers more value for the money by emphasizing on both, emphasizing on low cost and upscale differences. So now the companies are trying to add more and more value to the customers, that they find the product, the value for money, by working on two things: how they can lower the cost and what differentiated features they can provide. So it is basically a combination of cost leadership strategy and the differentiation strategy. The objective is to keep costs and prices lower than those of other sellers of the comparable products, right? So if you are catering to a broad section of buyers, then overall low cost leadership strategy and broad differentiation strategy. If you are targeting a narrower market, then focused low cost strategy and focused differentiation strategy. So it is similar to what we have earlier seen, right? Best cost provider strategy involves providing customers more value for money by emphasizing on lower cost and better quality differences. It can be done through offering products at a lower price than what is being offered by the rivals for the products with the comparable quality and features, right? It should be a comparable. The quality should be almost the same. You are charging a lower price. Basically, what is that? You are providing a lower priced product with a better quality, or charging a similar price as by the rival for the products with a much higher quality. So you have to fight on two things: either you charge low but provide same quality, or you charge same but you provide high quality. So that is how you can go for the best cost provider strategy. Best stands for the best quality, the cost stands for the low cost provider strategy, right? So it is a combination of the above strategies. For example, the Android flagship phones from OnePlus, Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo are all rooting for giving the better quality at lower prices to the customers. They are following the best cost provider strategy to penetrate the market, right? All these brands are doing what? That we will provide the phones at a low cost and we are providing excellent features: 100 megapixel camera, 150 megapixel camera, right? This touch screen and all that, this processor, that processor at a low price. So they are the perfect example of the best cost provider. The Apple is nowhere in the scene here. Apple is nowhere here in the scene. Do not go for the Apple example in the best cost, because Apple can't keep the cost low, right? They are going for the differentiation strategy. They are not going for the low cost. Apple anyhow is not going for the low cost strategy. They are going for the differentiation. He says we will play a game on the basis of differentiation. We will provide the features or the unique features in the iPhone or the Apple phones or the iPads that nobody else will be able to imitate, and we will charge a high for that, and people are ready to pay for it, right? So this is all about the Michael Porter's strategies. Please revise thoroughly once we are done with the chapter. This chapter number 3 is complete with this. In the next video, we will take up the ICAI module questions from this chapter and complete with it, right? The concept part is done. Then we will move on to the next chapter, chapter number 4, that is strategic choices, right? See you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep studying, keep sharing. Thank you so much.